So you are currently on your fat loss journey and you just feel like your results are going so slowly and you're losing motivation and you want to know how you can speed up the fat loss process. If that sounds like you are in luck because in today's video, I'm going to give you my top 10 tips to help you lose fat faster. These are all tips that I have used on my own fat loss journey that has helped me lose over 30 pounds of body fat. If you are new to the channel, hello and welcome. My name is Vivian, but you can call me Viv. I do want to say, if there's something that you don't like, you don't need to take it. But if you find a tip valuable or useful, write it down and make a note of it. Tip number 1, instead of going out to eat with your friends or your significant other, ask them to go on a walk at the park or by the lake or in your neighborhood instead. I know this is not always feasible. If you have a birthday party, if you have a large gathering, I get it. But as much as you can, steer away from going out to eat because the entrees can be thousands of calories and knock you out of your calorie deficit like that. So as much as you can, steer away from going out to eat. And if someone asks you to go out to eat, say, hey, you know what? Want to go on a walk to the park in the park instead? If they say no, okay, that's fine. Go out to eat with them, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Even if your friend or significant other is lazy and not active, it doesn't hurt to ask. Just ask. Worst thing they can say is no. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's go out to eat. That's fine. Tip number 2, when you do go out to eat, if the restaurant has a sides menu, order from that. This is what I do when I'm in a fat loss phase because sides menus are typically single ingredient foods. So it's a lot easier to track in your tracking app if you are tracking your calories and to account for what's actually in your food. Because when you order a whole entree, they have so many different ingredients and it's hard to know what they put in it. But when you do sides and you do single ingredients, it's so much easier. So when I go to breakfast, I'll usually order a piece of toast, 2 eggs, and then 1 sausage. Usually they have a turkey or a chicken sausage or a pork sausage if that's what they have. If I'm going out to dinner, they'll usually have a side of vegetables like asparagus or broccoli, so I'll order that. And then they'll also usually have a side of protein like chicken, salmon, or shrimp, so then I will also order that. It's boring, it's plain, but again, we're here because you want to lose fat faster, and this is how you do it. Number 3, again, if you go out to eat, skip the alcohol. Now, if you're a big drinker like I used to be, you probably drink because you're stressed, you want to relax, you want to forget about your problems in life. I get it. But it really does slow down the fat loss process because your body treats it like a toxin. So it will halt the fat burning process in your body just to process the alcohol that you are drinking. So if you're serious about making fat loss progress, cut out the alcohol. And here's the thing, you're probably going to want to order that drink like I did. What helped me is that I put my phone background as a picture that motivated me, that reminded me of the physique that I wanted to achieve. Now, whether it is a photo, maybe a person that you look up to, or an old photo of you where you liked how you look, or just a quote that inspires you to be a hardworking boss, whatever motivates you, put that on your phone background and look at that when you're at your dinner and you're feeling tempted to order the alcoholic drink, which you probably will be if you are used to ordering alcohol when you got to eat, like I was. Tip number 4, if you are tracking your calories, track your meals before you even start to prepare them. Add in the ingredients that you are craving, look at the macros and calories, and assess if that is what you're really craving and if that's worth it. Because if you're like me, you tend to pick foods and meals based on just what you're feeling like. And often that can lead you to make choices that are insanely high calories. At least that's how I felt. And so when I tracked my meals before even preparing them based on what I was craving, it helped me see, okay, do I really need 900 calories for lunch? Or can I, take out some ingredients or swap ingredients so that it's more calorie friendly and more in line with my calorie goal? So making sure that you track your meals, not after you eat, but before you even start to prepare it so that you know whether or not you need to ingest ingredients so that it better fits into your calorie goal. That's going to help so much in helping you make faster fat loss progress. Tip number 5 is to walk after you eat your meals. It can be a very leisurely, slow 10-minute walk. It does not have to be brisk or anything crazy where you feel like it's interrupting your digestion, but doing a slow, leisurely walk after you eat can actually help improve digestion and help lower your blood sugar levels after eating. I can tell you right now, when I started to implement this, the difference I saw in my progress was insane. So this one I could not recommend enough. Number 6, if you didn't know, sleep, quality sleep, adequate sleep is crucial for fat loss progress. I have seen clients who are doing everything right except for sleeping. As soon as they get their sleep in check, the fat starts melting off their body without changing their diet and without changing their exercise. It's insane. So, tip number 6 is to set a non negotiable time where you get ready for bed every single night. This is so that you have a schedule and routine with your sleep, which again is vital for fat loss. Now, if you have a variable schedule, I know that this is not realistic for a lot of people, but if you find yourself just scrolling on social media or watching TV into the depths of night and you can actually go to bed earlier, I want you to set a non negotiable time every night that you consistently stick to as best as possible where you get ready for bed. Tip number 7 is to increase your fiber intake. Fiber has so many benefits for fat loss. It helps regulate your hormones. And if you do have hormonal imbalances, you can see a big difference just by increasing your fiber intake. Fiber also helps you feel more satiated and full and satisfied after your meals and not leave you wanting more, especially if you tend to have high cravings like sugar cravings. So some of my favorite high fiber sources is edamame, apples, strawberries, beans, high fiber tortillas, and chia seeds. Also, broccoli. Love me some broccoli. So those are just some food ideas that you can start incorporating more of into your meals to help you increase your fiber intake. Tip number 8 is to increase your water intake. Our bodies are majority water, and for our bodies and cells to function as efficiently and effectively as possible, we need to be adequately hydrated. Tip number 9 is to increase your protein intake. Protein is so filling and satiating, and again, it can really help combat cravings if you do suffer from high cravings. So, the easiest way that you can increase your protein intake is to pick one high protein source to meal prep for the entire week. And what I like to do is I split the portion up into 2 sections, and then I will freeze one section for the second half of the week so that it doesn't go bad. And then what I will do is I will have 4 to 6 ounces of that protein for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that easily covers my protein bases. So an example to give you is right now I've been doing boneless, skinless chicken breasts. So I will buy a pound. No, it's not a pound. I believe it's, I don't know. I buy a whole pack where there's 5 to 6 chicken breasts. And then I will cook that all at once in the oven. I don't use oil or anything like that. I just cook it in the oven. And then I will split it into 2 containers. And then I will just use a little bit in, again, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. And then I'll store the second half in the freezer for the second half of the week. So that's, again, just a super simple, easy, straightforward way to incorporate more protein if you are not a chef and you don't want to get fancy in the kitchen. Tip number 10 is very specific to me, but I do find that a lot of my clients love this. And so if you have a sweet tooth at night, try the Yasso ice cream bars if you haven't already. What I recommend is incorporating one Yasso ice cream bar after dinner each night so you satisfy that nightly sweet tooth. The bars are between 80 to 150 calories per bar, which is very easy to fit into your daily calorie goals. They taste delicious, so delicious. They are amazing. Oh, they're so, so good. And again, they really help satisfy that sweet tooth. And if you like ice cream like I do, you will love these. And they have so many different flavors to choose from. So, if you don't like chocolate, they have so many other flavors that you can choose from. So I would go to Google and type in Yasso ice cream bar, and then you can look at all the different flavors they have. Your local grocery store should have them in the ice cream section. So I hope that you found these tips helpful. They have changed my life. Now, if you want to work with me for one-on-one nutrition and fitness coaching, and you just want a customized plan to you, you don't want to have to second guess what you're doing, then go to www.teamevolve.co and submit an application form to work with me. You can also follow me on Instagram at Vivian No, and you can follow me on TikTok at Vivian No with an underscore at the end. And if you want to see more fat loss tips from me, then go ahead and click this video right here. Otherwise, remember to subscribe if you are not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.